Legend tells of Nyx, a goddess who lost her love, and in her grief almost destroyed the planet of Anax. Her anger was held at bay for millions of years, but when the barrier between her and the planet shattered, four young Aquavians must band together to save their only home. The story takes place in the vast and diverse land of Aquavia, a country located on the planet of Anax. Many different communities exist but keep to themselves. Traveling is considered too dangerous, even without Nyx wreaking havoc. This is due almost entirely to the lichens, a violent and cannibalistic species. The Mixoli, while passive, will easily take down multiple party members, and aren't even worth the meat anyway. Bimps also make traveling a challenge, as they are sneaky, scavenge in groups, and steal, steal, steal! The only surefire way to ward them off is to bring sliced glop fruit on your travels. It's their favorite. Toss it onto the ground to distract and satisfy them. Tumbleburs are mostly livestock, but do exist in the wild, usually spotted being eaten by a lichen. Just be glad it's not eating you! Here are some of the fruits one can expect to find growing while roaming around Aquavia. The frostberries are unique to the Frigid Falls, considered a delicacy there, and are exceptionally rare everywhere else. Of course, there are the goddesses. After watching the planet grow, the pair of lovers descended to the planet to walk amongst mortals, creating a safe haven. Anya would rule over her subjects with empathy and kindness, while Nyx would challenge them to battles in an arena, battling the winners of thousands of tournaments. One day, Anya was murdered. Nyx destroyed the city in a rage, killing millions in her wake as she circled the planet. Her reasoning was that she would kill the murderer eventually. However, she was banished by an army of magic wielders, led by sorcerer Azimuth and sorceress Allura. Her banishment created a spiritual plane known as the Far, which Frigid Falls is most connected to. Many claim to see lost spirits roaming the snowy mountains. Eventually, the elusive Scratch emerged, approaching Nyx and helping her break down the barrier. After many millions of years of banishment for killing almost the entire planet, Nyx reanimated the bones of those very same creatures she killed so long ago. They were given new flesh, of rock, earth, and magma, still scathing after their journey from deep within the planet's mantle. This is how she formed her army of Mantle-born. However, the Aquavians she left all of those years ago look nothing like they once did. The Glade Trotters are perhaps the closest to what the Quaves once were. The wings are useless, and often removed for convenience and turned into decor or accessories. They live in the city of Azimuth, which was named after the heroic sorcerer. Rural Glade Trotters live in Allura's Keep, the Great Tree. Before the Great Divergence, Quaves all had feathered wings like gliders. They prefer to hop from treetop to treetop, but are able to flap short distances. They tire easily this way, however. Gliders have perhaps the highest diversity amongst their own subspecies. Every color of the rainbow can be spotted in their vibrant plumage. Mountaineers reside in the mountains of Frigid Falls. The community centers around baking with frostberries, and they are the only Quaves with the skill and know-how to gather them. Tunnelers live below the trees of Canopy Heights, in a tunnel network known as Vast Reach. As one can imagine, the tunnels allow one to travel almost anywhere in the country. However, anyone other than a tunneler would feel too cramped and would be far less likely to survive a cave-in. They are nocturnal and leave the tunnel at night to catch bugs. Divers live on the sparkling Crystal Coast, sleeping within the Crystal Coves. Half of a pack will hunt during the day, while the other half sleeps and protects their food stores from critters. The teams swap at night. Sandrunners are the only loner species, gathering only with their kind at night to pile up for warmth. Cuddling up with a stranger is just normal for these guys. During the day, they spread out far and wide, hiding in the sand and ambushing unsuspecting prey. Enough about the world building. You're here to hear about the story. Let's dive in. Meet the heroes. North is the eldest, and she feels the weight of responsibility on her shoulders to keep her little brother Aspen safe. She loves exploring the forests around her home and hopes to one day travel the world. She is magical, but must hone her abilities and learn many spells. Aspen loved reading factual books growing up, and so documenting the journey and learning all about the world beyond his home and uniting the once divided lands was a dream come true for him, as though he was destined to. He is also able to learn magic like his sister. Zorin is an oracle who later becomes the prophet of Anya's spirit. He became dissonant from his community, who grew to look down on his gift of soothsaying, believing him to be bad luck. Letho is the mediator of the group, the glue that holds them together and offers support and advice. He is perhaps the wisest of the group, despite being the second youngest. He is cursed to turn to stone at night by Nyx. The story begins in the town of Alora's Keep. North and Aspen meet Zorin and Letho while exploring around their home. Nyx's forces invade, forcing the group to evacuate. From here, the story follows a loop. They travel to a new place, hindered along the way. At the new location, they gather more resources and meet the people. They take refuge with the group. While they study and recuperate, Nyx's force arrive and chase them away. They travel from Alora's Keep to the city of Azimuth, to the Crystal Coast, the Hollowglade and Scratch's Gate, where the Mantleborn emerge from, Sandrunner, Desert, the vast Reach Network, and the village of Canopy Heights. Eventually, they meet the Clifftown Mountaineers at Frigid Falls. Once there, they stage a final assault against Nyx's forces, crushing the Mantleborn army under a pile of snow. Scratch confronts them, but is ultimately defeated. Nyx arrives, enraged, and throws Scratch off the cliff face. The group manage to talk her down, and she leaves the planet guilt-ridden. She returns to aid the peoples in repairing their homes, as well as allowing the Mantleborn to rest once more. She then becomes one with the planet, feeling unworthy now to lead it. This way she joins Anya, and together they calm the wild planet core. They rest together eternally. In an epilogue, the group celebrates, and Aspen slowly convinces the peoples to join back together. The last thing we see is the city of Azimuth, now populated with all walks of Quaves. Meanwhile, Scratch reveals to his minions that he was the one who killed Anya, in hopes that Nyx would destroy the world in her rage. With that failed, he plots to destroy the world himself, revealing his true form to the viewers. Thus concludes the tale of the 4 brave young Quaves. Along the way, the cast face many challenges together, which help them evolve as people and better one another. North learns to look after herself and advocate for her own needs. Aspen comes out of his shell and discovers his passions, learning to rise to the occasion instead of hiding away. Zorin learns the value of spending time with people who appreciate him for who he is. Letho serves as a parallel to Nyx, and he has others around to share his grief and support him in his time of need, and he handles the situation a lot better than Nyx did. In this way, story covers grief and how those who are hurting may handle the situation differently, where Nyx reacts with violence and vengeance, and didn't have a support network to help her and prevent the disasters from occurring. Thank you, and goodbye. Until next time.